Hello everyone, I'm Zenith08, and today we're back with more Minecraft content. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be filling in a fan request on how to make a Minecraft server with the Immersive Railroading mod. If you haven't checked out the mod, we did a review on it a little while ago. There'll be a link in the description and probably a card on screen now, so I suggest you go check that out. It's this really awesome mod that adds these amazing massive trains. They're beautifully animated, and of course you want to play it on a server with your friends, right? I do. So, today we're going to make the server to make that happen. First thing you guys are all going to need to do is install Java. It doesn't matter if you have Minecraft installed. Minecraft runs on its own separate Java, so you don't actually have Java installed. If you're unsure whether or not you have Java installed, check. To do this, you can just go to your installed programs and look, or if you're like me, you can check it in the command line. To do this, open up your start menu and type in cmd.exe, and you're going to get this option here, command prompt. Open it up, and you're met with the terminal. This weird thing that scares most people who don't know what it does. Turns out it's really easy to use. All you gotta do is type Java. If you get a bunch of printout like I have here, Java's installed on your computer. I happen to know that Java's installed on this computer because I installed it on this computer. If you don't get it and it tells you that the command can't be found, it means you need to install Java. To do this, go to the link in the description or search up Oracle Java Download and download the appropriate Java version based on your operating system. This tutorial should work on any operating system with mild differences in between. I'm doing this on Windows, so that's going to be the primary focus for this video. I already have Java installed, so I'm not going to do this, but if you need to install Java, go do that now. Okay, now that you've got Java installed, we need to get the Minecraft Forge installer. This is actually a super easy process that's been hyper-optimized recently. Files.minecraftforge.net holds all of the Minecraft Forge downloads that you could ever want, and then some. For Immersive Railroading, we had success when we created its server using this exact Minecraft Forge version, 14.23.2.2611. All you gotta do is go to the version that you want and click the installer and download it. I'm just taking the regular installer. I don't need the other installer that's specific to Windows because I have Java installed. And we're going to skip the ad here. This is ad focus. We've got ad block running, but it's trusted as long as you just click the skip. I haven't had any harm with it. This type of file, the jar, can harm your computer. Do you want to keep it anyways? Yes, you do, because it's the whole point of this. And while we're here, let's just talk about the other downloads. When you first get to files.minecraftforge.net, you're going to be met with this page here, and it's going to suggest to you two different Forge versions, the latest and the recommended. If you need a different version, you can click the Show All Versions button, and you'll get this massive list here that I used. But if you're just installing a regular modded server and you have a bunch of mods, usually the most recent recommended build, or this one right here, is a safe place to start. Some mods will have on their CurseForge page or other equivalent page a specific version of Forge that they need to run, but in general, if they don't specify it, you can get away with the recommended, or the latest if that doesn't work either. Anyways, now that we've got the Forge jar installed, we're going to click on it and it's going to open. Alright, so welcome to the Forge launcher. Data kindly mirrored by Forge. We can install a client, install the server, or extract. Given that we want a server, we're going to click the Install Server button. Here we need to create a directory to install it on. I'm just going to create one on the desktop for the sake of this tutorial. For actual videos or for actual work, don't put it on your desktop. We're just going to create a folder and we're going to call this Server. This is for the sake of the tutorial. Do a better job of naming than I did, okay? Now, we're going to change our directory here by choosing this option, and we're going to set it to be this server directory that we created. Got that selected, open, and you're going to see that it's all checked off, everything looks good. We're going to click OK and let it install. This is going to download a bunch of libraries that you need to install and run, and we're going to let this finish, and we'll be back after that. Alright, and here we are. We have successfully downloaded Minecraft Server and 19 libraries and installed Forge. The number of libraries that it downloads may change depending on your exact situation. So while it says for me that I downloaded 19 libraries, yours could be 15 or 13 or 10. That's not what matters. If it says it successfully downloaded the Minecraft server, it works. Now we're going to click OK, and we've got this. This next part is kind of important and kind of different. if you just want a Minecraft server, and you do not care how much RAM is allocated to the server, all you gotta do is double-click on forge bunch of numbers.jar, and you will be met with a crash screen. We're just gonna let it run here. It's gonna attempt to start a server, but it's gonna crash, and the reason is because we have not filled in our EULA. This is this little text document right here. Open it in Notepad. EULA equals true. Save that. Close it. That's all you'll ever need to do. At this point now, you can double-click on forge bunch of numbers universal.jar. Not the Minecraft server. You have to click the forge.jar, otherwise it's not going to work. And you will have a Minecraft server. If you want other people to be able to play on the server, you will have to port forward, among other things. This is the same as setting up a vanilla Minecraft server. I didn't want to do this for the sake of I don't want to expose my own networking security, but there are tons of other videos on the internet of how to set up a Minecraft server and how to port forward for a Minecraft server, so I suggest you check them out. We will likely have one linked in the description below. You can see here though that Forge has started a server and it is running. Now you might be saying at this point, Zenith, you don't have Immersive Railroading installed. Well, let's fix that. To stop the server, you don't just close the window, you type stop into this window here, click enter, and let it shut down properly. That makes sure everything saves. Then, we need to download Immersive Railroading, CurseForge page, go check out our video on it, we'll have a link in the description. Any Forge mods that you want to install are really easy to install. All you do is you take your server and you go into the mods folder, and you keep the file, and you put the mod.jar into the mods folder. Immersive Railroading is a mod that requires a bunch of APIs to run, so you can go download them. I'm going to go get those now. Okay, so here we are, we're back. I've got my mods installed. I'm going to send you guys to our video on Immersive Railroading to figure out where we got these mods and how we got them. I do have Multi-MC up in the background. That's because, for the sake of this video, I actually copied the mods from the Multi-MC instance we used for our mod review, because I can guarantee that they work. Modding's a little bit finicky, it's a lot of trial and error sometimes, and I don't want to do this on camera, so I happen to know ahead of time that this set of mods works. For Immersive Railroading specifically, you need to have the track API, link in the description. And optionally, if you have Immersive Engineering, it will perform better. So when you've got this list of mods here, you have Immersive Railroading installed on your server. The last thing we're going to talk about in this video is how to add more RAM to your server, because if we start the server right now by double-clicking on the forge bunch of numbers universal.jar, we will get 512 megabytes, or 1/2 of a gigabyte of RAM, allocated to the server. And that's useless. So, the fix to this, first thing we're going to do is we're going to rename this forge jar file purely for convenience. You do not have to do this. It can be called whatever you want. The name of the file will not impact its success. I'm just going to call it forge.jar. Then we're going to need to create a new file. We're going to use a new text document, and we're going to call it start. Then we're going to change this last part here to .bat. Start.bat is going to become a batch file, and a batch file is a bit of simple scripting that you can run by double-clicking it. And this is going to start our server with our set of custom commands however we want. A change to the file extension, the file might become unstable, but it won't because we know ahead of time what it does. Right-click, edit. Alright, so we're in our start.bat here, and we're going to need to type in the command that's going to start our server. This might seem daunting at first, but it actually isn't. The command is java -xmx. You've got a choice here. You can either put a number, m, or a smaller number, g, and that's just defining megabytes, how many megabytes of RAM the server can receive, or gigabytes, how many gigabytes of RAM the server can receive. There are 1024 megabytes in 1 gigabyte. This XMX argument defines the top limit of RAM that the server can receive. Next thing you're going to want to do is XMS, and then another number. This is the minimum number of megabytes or gigabytes that the server can receive. We're going to do 512M, which is 1/2 a gigabyte. dash jar space the name of your jar file. Alright, this is why I renamed mine earlier. Mine is forge.jar, so it's just super easy to type in. And that's it. Type this in, save your file, you can close out of it, double click your start.bat, and you should get a modded server. Alright, you can see here a bunch of initialization stuff is happening. This is Immersive Railroading starting up. It's the first time we've run it in this server. This is going to happen the first time you run it, and then the second time it'll go way faster. Once this finishes and says done, I can connect to this server from the same computer that's running the server using the IP address localhost, and that will connect onto it from my own computer. If I have another computer that's on the same network, I have to use the internal IP, and that's a process that I don't really want to get into today, again because I don't want to expose my networking information on YouTube. So I invite you to go check out some other videos on how to do that. They do exist, they are available, and you just need to find the internal IPv4. And then if you want other people to be able to connect to your server, you need to port forward and provide them your external IP address. Again, I don't want to expose all this stuff on YouTube. Other people have, and it's a good thing that they did because this is honestly how I learned, and you're welcome to go check those out. Basically what you need to do is take what we've talked about here on creating a modded server, and then do everything that you do to create a normal server, and you will have your modded server. This thing here is just finishing loading, and you can see here we're creating our level. There is a slight error, but that is related to the property setting and will not impact the performance of your server, and it is done. A good way to make sure it's done is to just type help into the bar, and if you get this output, you're on the right track. If you've made it this far, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope this helped you guys make a server to run Immersive Railroading. And if you want to install other mods on this server, it's as easy as finding a mod that's compatible with your other mods and the Forge version, and installing them into your server's mods folder. If you do that, as long as they're compatible, it should all work. As long as you install all your APIs, it should all work. For a bunch of cool mods that you can install onto the servers, check out our videos. We've recorded most of our videos on servers which we've set up using this exact methodology, and then we just use our own internal IP addresses, and that's how my brother and I make these videos. Anyways guys, this has been making a Minecraft modded server specifically for the Immersive Railroading mod. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.